Welcome back to another episode where we learn about the Moog Model 15. This time, let's learn about this delay effect module right here. So just like usual, we have a rectangular wave as our oscillator hooked up to our voltage-controlled amplifier, modulated by an envelope, and then routed to our trunk, just like we saw in tutorial 1. So let's read about this delay effect, because it's a bit unusual. Just to start off. So I believe the docs are down here. Yeah, here it is. So the Module 15 is equipped with a ping-pong delay effect, positioned after the trunk lines, which threw me for a loop when I first started playing with this off-screen. The delay effect module processes the entire output of the Module 15. So we have a time knob that determines the amount of delay that is applied to the output. There's also a dedicated control input for time, allowing it to be modulated. A mix knob, which sets the blend, and there's a dedicated control for the mix knob, allowing it to be modulated. And then a feedback knob, which determines the amount of delay signal fed back into itself. This can result in longer delay trails, and then there's a dedicated input for dedicated control input, allowing it to be modulated. And then clock sync. When on, the delay time control is used to determine the BPM subdivision of the delay effect. When off, the delay time is fully variable. So beats per minute subdivision or fully variable. All right, so let's play around with this thing. So we don't have to. So basically, these control inputs at the bottom just modulate these knobs if we want them to. We don't actually have to rig anything up. It's already wired up under the covers after the trunk line. So let's take a listen to our stock sound. And then let's start playing with these knobs and see if we can hear the effect. So we had to turn the mix from 0, which is all the way dry, to at least half, or up. So we start hearing some wet signal. The wet is a processed. Signal's pretty boring. Let's try to get some more variance in there. It sounds pretty wacky when you play with the time, because the time is like off-shifting the delay effect. So it's like kind of a almost like a Doppler effect, it sounds like. Let's try modulating these input signals, like the time, let's say, with one of these oscillators. See how crazy that sounds. There's our fully dry mix. And here's our wet mix. Okay, that sounds pretty crazy. Kind of neat. Let's play around with the feedback also. Rig that up to another one of these pulse waves. See craziness they're going to assume. Okay, that was feedback. Let's also try mix. Well, I think you get the idea. That's a pretty good look at the delay effect. You can do lots of crazy effects for this thing. Pretty neat module. All right, see you next time.